Now, this is kind of a crazy coincidence. What do you think?
The rod of Asclepius, a simple staff with a single serpent entwined upward around it, was possibly a symbol of man's closest grasp at immortality. However, Zeus feared our attempt, and Asclepius paid the ultimate price. The rod of Asclepius remains a symbol of health and medicine around the world to this day. Asclepius was a demigod, son of Apollo, who developed such incredible powers of healing under the tuition of both
What was
his
his
father
mama's
and
name?
the centaur Chiron that even Zeus felt threatened that he might achieve immortality for mankind. His legendary healing abilities are why the rod of Asclepius continues to be a famous symbol associated with healthcare to this day. The rod of Asclepius, known as the staff of Asclepius, is a rod or staff with an entwined serpent believed to have been wielded by Asclepius, the Greco-Roman god of healing and medicine. Although this object belongs to the Greek mythology, it has continued to be used to this day as a symbol of medicine and healthcare. The rod of Asclepius is often confused with the Kyrikion, the staff of the god Hermes. The Romans referred to this god as Mercury and his staff as Caduceus. This confusion is understandable, as both of the staffs have serpents, though the rod of Asclepius has one and the Caduceus has two, along with a pair of wings. According to classical mythology, Asclepius was the god of healing and medicine. His father was the god Apollo, and his mother was Coronis.
Coronas.
The story goes that while Coronis was pregnant with Asclepius, she took another lover, which angered Apollo. To punish the unfaithful Coronis, the god sent his sister Artemis to kill her. While Coronis was being cremated on the funeral pyre, Apollo took pity on their unborn son and rescued him from the flames. In another version of the tale, Coronis didn't die so soon, but abandoned the baby Asclepius near Epidaurus, where he was looked after by a goat and a dog, as she was ashamed by his illegitimacy. In any case, Asclepius was raised by Apollo, who taught him the art of healing. Additionally, he was tutored by Chiron, who inhabited Mount Pelion. Asclepius became such an accomplished healer that he was able to bring one of his patients back from the dead. This alarmed Zeus, who felt that Asclepius's skills could grant mankind immortality, which would be a threat to the gods. Thus, Zeus struck Asclepius down with a thunderbolt. In order to avenge the death of his son, Apollo killed the Cyclops who made his thunderbolt, therefore was punished by Zeus to serve Atimus, the king of fears in Thessaly. According to the Romans, Apollo requested that Asclepius be placed amongst the stars, which was granted by Zeus, turning the former healer into the constellation Ophiuchus, the serpent-bearer. Asclepius appears in Homer's well-known work Iliad as a skilled physician and father of two Greek doctors. However, the healer later became a heroic figure in the ancient world and eventually received god status.
People are not asking the right questions. They're not asking the right questions because they kind of think they already know the answers. I'm Andrew Wallace Hunt.
Asclepius's cult began in Thessaly, but was popular in many parts of ancient Greece. He eventually was said to have a preference for curing the ill while they were sleeping, so they would often sleep in temples of Asclepius. The Romans adopted the deity from the Greeks. There are two main theories that provide an explanation why the rod of Asclepius has a serpent entwined around it. The first of these is the so-called worm theory, which is based on a technique used to remove parasite worms that is found in the Ebers Papyrus, an ancient Egyptian medical document dating
Airbus
around the end of the
Prepares.
2nd millennium BC. In order to treat an infection by a parasitic worm, a physician would cut a slit in the patient's skin just in front of the worm's path. As the worm made its way out of the cut, the physician would wind it around a stick until it was removed from the patient's body. The end product would have resembled the rod of Asclepius. The other theory is of the biblical nature. In the Old Testament, God had sent fiery serpents to punish the Israelites who had spoken against him and Moses. When they repented, God commanded Moses to erect a pole with a bronze serpent on it, so that all who looked upon it would not die from the bites. Due to its association with healing, the rod of Asclepius has become a medical symbol, and it remains as such till today.
Huh.
For
The
example, the
who?
rod of Asclepius is featured in the logo of the World Health Organization. In addition, many pharmacies have the symbol displayed in their logos or on their signs. The rod of Asclepius is frequently confused with Kyrikion, Curtiseus of Hermes. Even though the two staffs are similar, the latter has two instead of one serpent entwined around it. Hermes was not a god of healing, however. It has been said that his association with medicine came about due to alchemy, which included the art of healing. In more recent times, 1902 to be more exact, the Curtiseus was adopted as an insignia for the medical department of the United States Army, contributing to its popularity as a medical symbol today.
Weird. Corona and the World Health Organization and Loki, the trickster, all in the same ancient Greek and Norse mythology. What a coincidence, huh? Don't you think so? I don't.